Shalom. First off, I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. Yahweh is the Heavenly Father's true name. Yahweh Shai is the name of His only begotten Son. I want to give double honor unto the elders of Israel, which are the elders of Great Millstone, who rule well and teach well. And peace, blessings, and salutations to all you walk Him throughout the four corners of the earth, continuing to push and do the works in truth and in sincerity. This is Brother Mashah here from the GMS branch out here in the morning camp, here with another lesson through the Spirit. And this lesson pretty much is just going to be a quick little exhortation, to brothers, whether it be brothers that are in the camp or brothers on the other side of the line, younger brothers like myself, just going into a lesson, just pretty much on the parable that the Lord gave, and we're going to start off with that, but pretty much just going in on the word, this is the book of Matthew, chapter 13. And I'm going to just get right to it. Matthew 13:1. The same day went Yahushua out of the house and sat by the seaside, and great multitudes were gathered together unto him, so that he went into a ship and sat, and the whole multitude stood on the shore. And he spake many things unto them in parables, saying, Behold, a sower went forth to sow. And when he sowed, some seeds fell by the wayside, and some when he sowed, some seeds fell by the wayside, and the fowls came and devoured them up. And some fell upon stony places where they had not much earth, and forthwith they sprung up, because they had no deepness of the earth. Verse 6, And when the sun was up, they were scorched, and because they had no root, they withered away. And some fell among thorns, and the thorns sprung up and choked them, but other fell into good ground and brought forth fruit, some in 100-fold, some 60-fold, some 30-fold. Verse 9, Who hath ears to hear, let him hear. So pretty much, not to jump the gun or anything, but pretty much it's just the Lord speaking a parable unto them, but it's going to explain itself. Verse 10, And the disciples came and said unto him, Why speakest thou unto them in parables? He answered and said unto them, Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given. So another quick point too, just showing you that the Lord is only dealing with the small remnant, because even back then, he was only speaking to he was only revealing, the mysteries and what he meant, when he said those things only unto his disciples, and then, the disciples, passed the word on to the ones that, were able to hear it, Verse 12, For whosoever hath, to him shall be given, and he shall have more, and he shall have more abundance. But whosoever hath not, from him shall be taken away, even that he hath. I'm gonna jump to the point, because the disciples wanted to know what he was talking about when he spoke this parable. Matthew 13:18. Hear ye therefore the parable of the sower. When any man heareth the word of the kingdom, and understandeth it not, then cometh the wicked one, and catcheth away that which was sown in his heart. This is he which received the seed by the wayside. So pretty much, it's examples like that. You got guys that come up to the camp, they hear the word, and they receive it, but they don't. It doesn't last long. They're not fully persuaded. So Satan, Satan, pretty much steals the word from him, to put it like that. Pretty much, pretty much they're not fully persuaded, Verse 20, But he that receiveth the seed into stony places, the same is he that heareth the word, and anon with joy receiveth it, yet hath not root in himself, but dureth for a while. For when tribulation or persecution ariseth because of the word, by and by he is offended, And once again, there's examples like that too, guys that don't really last, all right? And for whatever reason, whatever it is that may offend them or get them to get up and leave, eventually they don't last long and they get up and leave, And of course, brothers already know examples like that. Verse 22, He also that received seed among the thorns is he that heareth the word, and the care of this world and the deceitfulness of riches choke the word, and he becometh unfruitful. Now, this is what I wanted to focus on. The main point, the main topic at hand is this verse right here, this parable. All right. Because of course, I'm gonna reread it. Matter of fact, he also that received seed among the thorns is he that heareth the word, and the care of this world and the deceitfulness of riches choke the word, and he becometh unfruitful. You know, so I just wanted to focus in on this, because this right here can be Satan can come in this form too. And this right here can be very if we're not careful, Satan can come in this avenue, via this parable right here, because it's saying, you receive the word, but what? Eventually the cares of this world got to it. I mean, choked the word out of you, So just going into it, basically, it's like the seed, it fell among some soil, but what? It said the thorns grew and choked it, So it's like we got the word, yeah, you can be here doing the work, but then it's like other things, going on, all right, whether it be problems in your life or anything like that, can kind of choke the word and cause you to be unfruitful, and it's something that I kind of find myself, not saying that I'm y'all forbid that, any one of us fall out, but just saying, Satan can use this, Satan can come in this way, because a lot of things, of course, we all got to deal with things and whatnot, but just pretty much remembering, to put the word first, because we don't want these thorns, parabolically speaking, whatever it is that we're dealing with, in the world, to cause us to not be as fruitful, and once again, this is speaking to myself first and foremost, because I see myself battling this, and I wanted to just hopefully it's exhorting to other brothers as well, verse 23, but he that receives seed into the good ground is he that heareth the word and understandeth it, which also beareth fruit and bringeth forth some 100-fold, some 60, some 30, So this is what we want to be, we want to be the ones that receive the seed on the good ground, which is the good soil, all right? And of course, now the soil is representative of your mind, and we can back that up and prove it, Let's get that in the book of Jeremiah. I don't know if I want to get Jeremiah or the other one. Let me just type it in real quick. I'll just read the one in Jeremiah. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 4. And verse 3. Jeremiah chapter 4 and 3. For thus saith the Lord to the men of Judah and Jerusalem, break up your fallow ground and sow not among thorns. And then it's the spirit I read this one, because it lines up perfectly with what we just read. All right, it says break up your fallow ground, okay, which being our minds, which is representative of what? The soil, continuing to break up the fallow ground so that seed can get into the soil and grow, which is this word, And once again, it's an exhortation, but I'm trying to apply it myself, I'm gonna reread it again. For thus saith the Lord to the men of Judah and Jerusalem, break up your fallow ground and sow not among thorns. Right. So it was showing you, the ground is talking about our mind, and sow not among thorns, So basically, don't let the cares of this world and whatever it is, that might be slowing us down, to continue to, get to you, because as Paul said, matter of fact, let's get that. The book of Philippians chapter 3, and I'll start at verse 7. Philippians chapter 3 and verse 7. But what things were gained to me, those I counted loss for Mashiach, yea, doubtless, and I count all things but loss for the excellency of the knowledge of Hamashiach Yahushua my Lord, for whom I have suffered the loss of all things, and do count them but dung, that I may win Yahushua Mashiach. So that's the point, not letting, pretty much just not being too caught up in worrying about, the things that are going on. All right, whether it be your job or your bills or not. Once again, it's a balance. I'm not saying don't just neglect everything, because I mean that wouldn't be wise, of course. But just Uh, just remembering that, hey man, all this stuff is gonna pass away anyway, you know. Because matter of fact, let me get that real quick. Because in the kingdom, you know, we're not the men of the Lord or the Israelites, period. All right, you know, we're not going to be dealing with none of these problems that we're dealing with right now. You know. Let me see if I can find that real quick. Let me just get it in the other app. So like, bear with me real quick. This is the book of First Corinthians chapter 7 and verse 31. And they that use this world as not abusing it, for the fashion of this world passeth away. You know, so that's another thing right there too. You know, we just basically, you know, you pretty much just using this world, you know, but not abusing it. You know, so you're just getting by, you know, whatever it is, whether it be bills, you know, things of that nature. Of course, you got to eat, you know, and then whatever else that, you know, that it's on your plate pretty much. But, you know, so just remembering that, you know, hey, you know, just don't let these thorns choke the word. You know, first and foremost is exhortation to myself, you know, because you know, I once again, you know, them demons, you know, I'll be battling with them demons myself, you know. So, but it's just an exhortation to brothers, you know, and I hope it's edifying, you know. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. Yahweh is the Heavenly Father's true name. Yahweh Shai is the name of His only begotten Son. And giving double honors unto the elders of Israel, which are the elders of Great Millstone, who rule well and teach well, and peace, blessings, and salutations to all Yuakim throughout the four corners of the earth, continuing to push and do the works in truth and in sincerity. Shalom.